Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Ray. This is Post 20. We're 2/3 of the way through our 30-day exploration of potential and alchemy. And as always, thank you so much for engaging. Thank you for being here. And I've been reading your comments and the experiences that you've been having in terms of the awareness that's coming in, the ability to make these aligned choices or to push through the rational. And it's really amazing to read your comments and to hear about your experiences. And really very exciting. Very happy for you. And very happy to be sharing this process with you. And as I've said before, this is something that I do naturally, but I've found that it really does bring you the awareness that will empower you to live a life that is authentic, that is free. You're free to be who you are as you understand, you start to join those dots. You can see the connection between everything, the patterns that you may have been in, which is already powerful awareness, but how to break out of those patterns. And the shift starts within, okay? We're not trying to manipulate the external, which is a very rational, what do I need to fix? What can I change? In health terms, it would be your diet, exercise, your habits. But in consciousness, we're working with the body and we're looking at underlying emotional patterns and thoughts and beliefs. And the shift starts at the energetic level. And then everything starts to realign naturally. And we then see that health expressed in different ways in our external reality. Everything is connected. And, you might be becoming more aware of how you are the creator of your own life. And we're either doing that with consciousness, with more and more consciousness, or we're still in our subconscious patterns and habits, and our wounds and our shadow. And even, the awareness of that is powerful because it's going to help us on that healing journey and to shift our experience in the present moment as we engage consciously. And we're creating our future in the present moment in that way. So you are really the center of the universe, as am I. And we're all creating our own experience. And what we're seeing out there is a reflection of what we are experiencing and creating within, in our inner state. And as soon as we understand that, we can shift out of any victim mentality that says, what I want isn't available to me, or this is happening to me because. And we flip the switch and we understand, this is what I've been creating through this belief. Okay, and we can shift that belief, and then we're liberating ourselves, in effect, to experience what it is we wish to create, what we feel for. Okay, so again, we're taking back our power. This is a very empowering process in healing, in creating, in becoming. Okay, so love to hear your comments and how that resonates, no matter where you are on your path of remembering the truth of who you are. So before we start, or as we start, this is how we connect in our day-to-day, and how we live from that state of presence, conscious awareness, and responding to what it is we're experiencing moment by moment. So just tuning in, what is it you sense in your body, in your being right now? What are the different frequencies you might be aware of? And not needing to control the process, it's just a curiosity of what you're feeling in your body right now, what you're sensing. It might be a very physical sensation. It might be a more subtle, intuitive knowing. And again, there's a lot of nuance in what it is we feel, what it is we sense. And it's learning to trust what we feel and and start to discern what is reactivity, what are patterns and habits, what is a trauma state, what is ego, what is the mind. There's a lot in there to be curious about. And the more you're present with it and observing, the more you're going to be able to discern what is truth for you. And in that way, you'll be able to live from that connection to that embodiment of truth. And only you can know what is true for you. So again, this is a very empowering process as you observe moment by moment, anchored very much into that physical presence. So I've had a few questions about healing, how we can heal ourselves, but also how we can help others heal. Now, there are two ways we can look at this. There's working with somebody who's going to actively participate. So that's like when I'm working with somebody one-to-one. There's an engagement, there's a participation. And then there's helping somebody heal who doesn't have the awareness perhaps, or who isn't ready to engage in that way. And perhaps we can see that that person is struggling in some way, but we're not able to actively engage with them. And the most powerful thing that we can do to help somebody heal in this way is be aware of the energy that we are sending to this person. And by sending, we can either be doing that consciously or subconsciously. Okay? And one of the easiest ways to explain this is with the energy or the frequency of worry. Because often when we see somebody close to us who's struggling, we tend to get very much in the mind and what we're concerned with, and worrying about what the answer may be, worrying about what that person might be experiencing, worrying how we can help. And that worry frequency is actually what we give to the other person, because as we're thinking about that person, we are worrying. That's the state, that's the frequency that we can often be in. And so the most powerful thing that we can do is be aware of that, aware of the worry, aware of what the mind is creating. And again, we are the creators of our own experience. And observe, first of all, where is that worry? Where am I feeling that anxiety, or that not feeling powerful, not feeling in control? And we can tune in and understand what it is we can let go of, or alchemize, or heal, so that we feel more powerful, so there's more trust. And from that place of trust, we can hold the space with love. And in that way, what we're doing is we're letting go of the need to control or to attach to a certain outcome. We're respecting the other person's path in terms of where they might be. And we're allowing for the best outcome. The best outcome is not necessarily the outcome that you want, but it is holding the space with love. And in that space, you can visualize that person being well, and you can trust, or you can choose to trust. I trust all is well. And in that way, what you're doing is you're shifting the frequency of energy that you are giving or sending to the person that you are concerned about. And that's the most powerful thing you can do. And I saw that very much in the way that I was interacting with my kids when they were very young, and there was a lot of stress, and I was still very much in that healing part of my journey without as much awareness as I perhaps have now. And I used to worry constantly. I used to worry constantly about my kids, their health, and funnily enough, they were very stressed and were not in a good place. And there was an awareness that came in, and I realized what I was doing. And as soon as I shifted that energy, that frequency of worry into a trust, even if I couldn't quite anchor it in that moment, I realized that was a powerful shift and I could feel it. And instead, I use the affirmation, I trust my children are well. I trust my children are safe. I trust that I am safe. And in that way, what I started to do was nurture trust and safety in who I am, in the process of life. And I started to extend that belief system, that trust, to those around me. And I saw a very significant shift in the way that my kids were showing up, feeling more secure in themselves. There was an anxiety that left and there was less to worry about, funnily enough. There was the shift, there was the alchemy, and it starts with you. You are the center of your own universe. You are the one that's creating so much, particularly what we're seeing and observing in our external. Okay, you are a powerful creator. You really are. And the way that we choose to show up, the way that we choose to respond, and what it is we create, and how we interact with any experience is powerful. See how that works with people around you. And again, understanding that you cannot choose or control how another person shows up. And you're observing as you shift your energy, what is the ripple effect? How does that person then shift in reaction or response to how you've changed, your way of engaging? What happens in that space? And instead of needing to control the other person or attach to a specific outcome, it's what you decide to do in that space, to choose in alignment with who you are. Each relationship is showing us something. Okay, I'm constantly learning from every relationship, not least the relationship I have with myself, but my kids are constantly teaching me. And it's the ability to observe what's coming up, observe what you're feeling, and again, choosing what is the frequency of energy you're going to send somebody, to give somebody. And not giving your energy, but aware of what state you are in when you're thinking about that person. Play around with that. See what happens in that space. Be curious. And remember that you are a powerful creator. As always, looking forward to hearing your feedback and reading your comments. Please hit the like button and share if you found this post helpful or interesting in any way, and I look forward to seeing you in the next post.